So today we're going to talk about why it is mad easy to manifest your ex back, even if they are currently dating somebody else. Okay, we're going to get right into it. I don't want to waste your time. So I want you to understand that most of us are creatures of habit. Most of us don't like change. Most of us tend to gravitate towards what feels comfortable to us and what feels familiar to us. Okay, that's the first thing you must understand. So because this is your ex, right? You guys have rapport, you guys have experiences together, you guys have, history, right? Versus the person that they're currently dating. More than likely, this is a new person. They haven't known them as long. There's not as much history. Even if it's somebody that they've known for a while, right? There's still history that you have with your ex. There's still experiences that you've had with your ex, right? And most of us as humans, we tend to like to go with what makes us feel comfortable. And usually what makes us feel comfortable is what's familiar to us, right? We've been this way since we were kids. This is why if for a baby, for example, tends to be clingy to their mother because that's all they know, right? They might be clingy towards their father because that's all they know, right? But let's say you put them in an environment with someone new, they may not really cling to that person because that's not what they know. And even though that's a child, as we get older, this is something that we as adults carry with us, right? So always remember, most of the time we don't like to change, right? So this new person that they're dating, there's no history there, right? There's that comfort that they have with you is not with this new person because they don't know this person yet. They're figuring them out. They don't know what ticks them off, right? They're still trying to learn them. They're still trying to read them, but they know you, right? They know what can tick you off. They know what you like. They know how to maneuver with you. So there's a level of comfort that they have with you that they won't have with this other person. That's the first thing. The second thing is your ex is with someone else because they probably don't want to be by themselves. So I've seen this a lot where people will say, hey, I was dating so-and-so, right? And we broke up and they're already talking to somebody else. And they take it as, damn, my ex probably never cared about me, probably never loved me. I never was important to them. But that's actually the furthest thing from the truth, right? Because as humans, we don't like to be alone, right? Like people like to tell you, oh, be patient, love's gonna come to you, be okay with being alone. Let me tell you something. That is like the politically correct response. That's like the response that people give you to kind of like dismiss your feelings and get you to shut up. We as humans don't like to be alone. We were not meant to be alone. We were not put on this earth to be alone. We are meant to socialize. We are meant to build partnerships. We are meant to have community. That's why people who are alone too much, they will suffer, right? So if your ex is with somebody else, it's probably because they don't want to be alone. It's not because this person is so special. It's not because they didn't really love you. It probably is because they just need that attention. They need to feel wanted. They need that presence in their life, right? They might be somebody that needs to be kissed. They might be somebody who needs affection. They might be somebody who just needs attention, right? But that does not mean that this other person they're dating is so special and that you can't get your ex back. So that's the second thing you must understand. The third thing you must understand is that you are you and that other person is just that other person. Meaning, and then we do this a lot when, you hear people say, oh, I could replace so-and-so. If it don't work out with so-and-so, I'll move on to the next person. It sounds good, but you always have to remember, we are all humans, right? And people are not replaceable, no matter how much people try to convince you that they are, right? People are not replaceable, like I said, as much as people try to convince you that they are. What do I mean by this? So I want you to think of the person that you love the most. this could probably be your mom or your dad, your grandmother or your grandfather, right? Let's say your mom, right? And let's say, God forbid, she passed away, right? And a scientist told you, I know your mom passed away, and I know you're sad and everything like that, but, I can dig her up from the grave, and I can use some of her tissues and create a clone of her. Would you want me to do that? You might say yeah, right? And let's say you do say yeah. And he is able to do this, and now you have a clone of your mother. You will still not feel fulfilled because that's not your real mother. You know that that's a clone, right? It's the same thing with you. So you're sitting here saying to yourself, well, my ex is dating somebody else, and, she's prettier, or, he's more attractive, or she got more money than me, or she got this, she got that. And, they ain't thinking about me. When that could be the furthest thing from the truth, right? Your ex may not just want to be alone and just need somebody to be there, right? You always have to remember you are you, and that person is that other person. And that other person cannot make your ex feel the way you make them feel. That other person don't have your humor. The other person don't have your energy. The other person don't look like you. Maybe y'all might share the same body parts. Maybe you guys might look similar, but you guys are two different people, and the connection that your ex is having with that person is completely different from the connection that they're having with you. That's why I use the example of your mom or your grandmother, whoever you really love. If I said, hey, I could give you a clone of them, if God forbid something happened to them, do you think you will feel fulfilled with that clone? No, because you know that that's not the real them. So that's what you have to understand about your ex, right? Is that you are you, and that other person is just that other person, okay? The next thing is stop playing out the worst case scenario in your head, because I think this is the thing that we all do, right? So when we see our ex with somebody else, and I'm just saying this as somebody who's done over, I think I've done over 25,000 readings, and I will say out of a week, I get at least 10 people that want to manifest their ex back. So I'm just speaking from the experience of the clients I've had, not from my personal experience. Because me personally, I don't want none of my exes. So I just want to put that out there. But I'm not judging nobody that does, right? So let's get back to what I was saying. So stop playing out the worst case scenario in your head. Meaning, what people tend to do is they see the ex with somebody else, right? And they start playing out things in their imagination. So let's say their ex is out with this person and taking a picture, they're hugged up with them, they're smiling. What do they naturally do? They're thinking, oh, he's happier with her. Oh, she is happier with him. Or, they start playing on their mind, oh, they probably going to have a baby together, or they probably going to get married, or they probably going to run off in the sunset. And because you're playing that out in your mind, it feels so real, right? And your imagination doesn't really, well, they say your brain doesn't know the difference between like your imagination and what's actually true. So as you're imagining these things in your mind, it feels so real, right? And it feels like, oh my God, it could really happen, when you don't even know that your ex might just be posting that to piss you off. Your ex might be posting that as a way to try to get you off their mind, right? I will tell you, I had a client one time tell me, it was a man, and he said to me that his ex had broke up with him, and he was really in love with his ex, right? And he was heartbroken, but he said that being petty, he wanted to hurt his ex. So he said because he was a very attractive man and it wasn't hard for him, he would literally go out, meet a girl, and take pictures and photos and videos with her, sleep with the girl, post it. And after he did whatever with the girl, he said he felt empty. And he said his ex would say to him, when he would try to get back with her, oh, you don't really love me. You don't really want to be with me. You posting up these girls and stuff like that. And he was like, she don't even know, as I'm doing these things, I don't even care about none of these girls. Like, I'm just doing it because I'm pissed that I'm not really with the ex that I really want to be with, right? So I want you to understand that everything that you see is not always what it actually seems. And you don't want to let your imagination get the best of you to where you start playing out the worst case scenario in your mind, and then you believe that it's the truth and it's reality, okay? And then the next thing you want to do here is when you're feeling anxious and you're like feeling like you're about to crash out because you're seeing your ex, with this other person, you want to practice watching and listening to nervous system regulation exercises. You want to find ways to calm yourself down, right? When you start feeling yourself hyperventilating, you're panicking, your anxiety getting the best of you, you want to cry, you want to crash out, you have to say to yourself, okay, calm down. Calm down. You have to ask yourself, am I making up stuff in my brain? Am I like overlooking this post that they made? And am I making myself go crazy with this whole situation? Yes, I am. Calm down, right? Get on YouTube, type in nervous system regulation exercises videos, watch them to calm down your nervous system, okay? And the final thing, and this is very big, this is the missing piece to actually manifesting your ex back. You manifest your ex back by trying not to manifest your ex back. Because when you're trying to do something, especially like trying to manifest your ex back, you're going to do things that you normally would never do because you're in that energy of panic, you're in energy of loss and lack. What I mean by that is, if I'm purposely trying to manifest my ex back, if my ex, for example, takes a photo with the girl that they're dating now, I'm just using an example, right? If I sit there and I crash out, I go crazy, that's gonna make my ex be like, see, that's why we probably shouldn't be together, because look how they acting, right? Once again, you want to calm yourself down. You want to listen to nervous system regulation exercises, right? And get back to you. You manifest your ex back by working on your self-concept. Your self-concept is how you see yourself. Chances are, if you're trying to manifest your ex back, you're trying to manifest somebody who may be saying right now, I don't want to be with you, is because there's something within you that's lacking, right? Because usually when somebody says they don't want us and we still want them, it's because something is lacking within us, right? So you have to work on yourself. You have to figure out, okay, why is my self-concept so poor? Why do I feel bad about myself right now? Is it that I don't like the way I look? Is it that I don't like where I'm at with my job? Is it that I've lost myself in this relationship? Is it that I don't like the house I'm living in and I'm distracting myself with worrying about my ex and I need to be focusing more on this? You want to take this time away from your ex to focus on yourself and to improve your self-concept, because like I said, we are creatures of habit, right? Your ex is going to start to think about you. They're going to start to worry about you. They're going to wonder how you're doing. And if your ex is able to see that you've been working on yourself and bettering yourself, that's going to make you more attractive to your ex, and it's going to help you to manifest them back. All right. Now, this is some of the things that I help my clients to do when they're trying to manifest their ex back. And if you would like to book a private reading with me to learn how to manifest your ex back, please go ahead and click the link below. Also, I have to put this, I have to mention this because it's very important as well. I only want you to contact me if you want to do a private reading and have me help you manifest your ex back. I only want you to connect with me if your ex was actually a good person to you. If your ex is a narcissist, I'm not going to help you to manifest them back. I'm not going to help you to manifest somebody who's abusing you and mistreating you. I'm not going to do that. But if you were actually dating someone who was good to you, good for you, and just something happened along the way that kind of made y'all disconnect from each other, I'll definitely help you with that. But if it's somebody who's narcissist, have issues, treat you like crap, don't come to me. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna help you, because I just don't feel right helping somebody manifest their ex back and they're not right for them. All right, see you next one.